Right next to me is probably one of the most unique vehicles you will see. Why? Because it is the most affordable. This is the 2025 Nissan Versa S, and it is officially the most affordable vehicle in all of America. This is just under $19,000 MSRP price. Now, just because this is the most affordable vehicle, is it good? Or is it just a junk piece of metal? Well, in this video, I'll be taking you through everything this vehicle has to offer, and let's answer that question together. Is it worth it? Before we get started, I want to show you guys the window sticker because this is the S trim, which is the cheapest trim. You have the S, the SV, and the SR, and they're all around a few $1,000s difference. They start at $17,000 and go all the way up to $22,000. Now, the one I have here is just under $19,000 MSRP, but you can actually get this cheaper. Yes, this has an automatic transmission, but you can get the Nissan Versa in a 6-speed manual transmission that'll actually bring the price down another, give or take, $1,000. So you can get this for just a little over $18,000. Huge thank you to Executive Jeep Nissan of North Haven, Connecticut for allowing me to use this vehicle for the day. Their information will be linked down in the description below. Let's dive right into it and start off with the front because this front sets the tone of the whole entire vehicle. It is aggressive. It's nice looking. It legitimately is a nice looking front on this vehicle. Maybe it's just my opinion, but I like this. It's aggressive. It slopes down. It does not look like a $20,000 vehicle. And it also has some features. You have LED headlights and LED daytime running lights up here, but you do have halogen turn signals, so they gotta cut costs somewhere. But what's crazy to me is I just reviewed the 2025 Chevy Malibu, which is the final year of the Chevy Malibu, and it had all halogen up front, didn't have LED daytime running lights whatsoever, and this is $8,000 cheaper and has it. Now, what else do you get? Well, you have a massive front grille here with so much airflow up top, down below there, and actually pretty cool kind of chrome trim pieces that makes it look really sporty and aggressive. Nissan badge right front and center, and even over here on the side, you have little detail spots. Now, this is just plastic here. It makes it look cool, and it looks like kind of fake carbon fiber. Under the hood is where most people would just write off the Versa, because this is a pretty weak engine. It's a 1.6 liter 4-cylinder naturally aspirated engine, and it's producing 122 horsepower and 114 foot-pounds of torque. That is probably the weakest engine out there on the road today. But it comes with perks. So all that power is powered by both front wheels because this is front wheel drive, and it's going through a CVT transmission. But where those perks come into play is the miles per gallon. This vehicle is getting you 35 miles to the gallon. Most vehicles nowadays are doing 25, slightly above. This vehicle gets 35 and you're spending less. You are spending less to get more. This is the part of the video where I usually talk about the key fob. But this vehicle does not come with one. It is just a physical key. That's it. That's what this comes with. So what you have to do is you have to go up here to unlock the car door, twist it right, and then left to lock it. There's no sunroof and or roof rails on the top of this vehicle. These mirrors do not have blind spot monitoring on them, and they are a cheap plastic, but the contrast of the white and the black really looks nice with these mirrors. Now, these are 15-inch steel wheels. This is just a cover over them. These are actual steel wheels behind it and just a cover. Open up the rear door and you're greeted to plastic. What do you really expect in a vehicle at this price point? It's hard touch absolutely everywhere. But I wish it was softer materials here. Why couldn't you put a little piece of cloth there to make it softer? This is like rock solid right here. But I like how they have a little carbon fiber fake trim piece. Makes it stand out, looks cool. Cup holder down there, speaker grill. Now, how are the rear seats? They're all cloth and they're super comfortable. You sink into these seats. They're kind of nice actually. And the legroom is phenomenal. That's set to my driving position. I'm 5'8", not the tallest. So legroom wise is good, but now headroom wise, it's bad. Like again, I got maybe an inch left and I'm 5'8". So a 6 foot tall person is gonna have to crunch over. It's not gonna really work for them. Now, how is the middle seat? There is a little middle hump here, and that seat back doesn't help me at all, but it's not gonna be comfortable. You're gonna have to man spread in this vehicle. But it does leave enough room for, I would say, 3 adults to fit leg-wise perfectly fine. Now, there is no cup holder armrest in this vehicle, so the only cup holders you have is over there and there. And I don't know if that'll fit a large McDonald's drink, so you might have to straddle it. Opening up the front door is basically the rear door, but larger. It's the same materials. Now, they don't even give you nicer materials in the front door, which I wish, again, this was a little squishy. So hard, and hard down there. At least they give you a bigger storage pocket for drinks, snacks, speaker grill, and there is one automatic window. So the driver's side window is one touch down, one touch up. The other ones you do have to hold down and hold up. Turn the vehicle on with a physical key, put it in, twist it. And now this is why I actually start to like this vehicle, because you still have analog gauge clusters, but a little digital screen. So you have your analog RPMs gauge, your analog speedometer or miles per hour over there. And what can that little screen do in the middle? Well, not really a crazy amount, but you have your miles per gallon there, the gear you're in, how many miles left on the tank. And then you hit it again, you have your average speed, your miles per gallon again, time. Just pretty basic stuff, but actually I like how it has a screen. Now, this steering wheel is a hard plastic steering wheel and is relatively comfortable, I ain't gonna lie. You have volume controls here on the side. This is to skip tracks, and then you have voice commands. But you don't have a lot of voice commands. It's very odd.
Please say your selected command
you have
from the
3 voice
list.
commands in this whole entire vehicle. I don't know why they even included that, but they did, and I thought it was kind of funny. Phone controls to select the source from Bluetooth to radio, and then you have cruise control stuff over here. So you actually do have some safety settings in this vehicle. Like cruise control, it is not adaptive, it is normal. You have lane detection warning. It's not lane keep assist where it's gonna keep you back in the lane, but it's gonna beep at you if you try to get out. And then you have your parking camera in the back that actually has trajectory lines that do not move, but beep at you when you come back up to things. So if I'm backing up to a kid or a human or another car, it's gonna beep at you saying, hey, stop, and it will automatically brake you if you come too close. The Versa S does have a touchscreen, but it has a lot of limitations. So you have your Bluetooth audio, USB, AM, FM radio, you even have an aux cable if you wanna plug in a phone through an aux cable. But this does not offer Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. So if you want that, you can step up to the SV and the SR, only like $1,000 more, and you get that equipped with other features as well. But for this, the cheapest car in America, you do not get that. And what else do you get? Well, brightness controls, audio controls, settings, that's it. There's nothing else you can do with this touchscreen. Below the screen, there's physical AC controls. That's a one-up that other vehicles don't have. Other vehicles are going more touch AC controls. This is all physical, so that's a plus. Now down here, I have a little pocket for a phone. It is not a wireless charging pad. And you have an aux cable, USB-A port, and then a 12-volt cigarette outlet port. This gear shifter right here has some kind of fake carbon fiber on the top, makes it look very sporty, and actually does have a sport mode. So you put it in D there, hit this little button down there if I could show it, and then it puts it into DS for sport mode. You actually have a manual parking brake that other vehicles have buttons nowadays, so that's pretty cool. You can go around drifting corners if you want to. Then you have 2 cup holders, a little spot for more storage, another spot for more storage, 2 USB ports, which I guess the rear seats could use as well. I didn't talk about it when I was back there. And you do not have an armrest. You can get an armrest as an option in the S, which is I think $295 to be exact on this. Then it's a very tiny armrest as well, but you can get it equipped. This one doesn't have it. Now the rear of this vehicle is where Nissan takes the cake, because they could have made this plain, ordinary, nothing in the rear and no one would have cared. They would have bought it and went on with their day. But they actually put some oomph into the rear. You have this flared bit here, this fake carbon fiber trim that goes all the way along the bottom, this rear sport diffuser. Seeing this from a distance actually looks pretty good. It looks really aggressive and sporty. Now you have the Versa badge on the left side here, Nissan badge right front and center, and you do have halogen taillights and turn signals in the rear, but again, it's a $20,000 vehicle. What do you really expect? But what I didn't expect to see is rear parking sensors. So if I back up to you guys on the tripod, a car, a human, it's gonna beep at me and say, hey, stop, no, don't hit it, because it doesn't want you to hurt anyone. And it actually will auto brake. So if you're getting really close and the car knows, okay, you're not stopping whatsoever, it'll slam down on the brakes so you don't run into anything. To open up the trunk, you can go one of 2 ways. By the driver's seat, there's a little lever, hit that, the trunk automatically pops up. Or you can go back here and use the key, twist it to the right, and now that opens up. Now, how much storage do you have back here? Well, what I do in my videos is I hop in the vehicle to show you exactly how much. And I could fit 1 whole mat and even 2 hall mats in the back here. So you have a ton of storage, and then you actually have little grocery bag hooks, so if you want to hold grocery bags. And as I'm filming it, I am just discovering you cannot take the rear seats down to get extra room. Those are fixed into place. There is no lever, unless I'm completely wrong on this, there is no lever to pull these seats down. So you got this amount of trunk space, and it doesn't extend like other vehicles. Now, what do you have? Do you have a spare tire or a fix-a-flat in this vehicle? Let's see, lift this up, and you actually have a spare tire. Taking the Nissan Versa out on the road, how does it feel? It actually feels way better than I would expect. It's perfect. It does everything well. It's a little softer in the suspension when you turn it, so you're gonna be bubbling around. You hit potholes, okay, you're gonna feel it. It's not a luxury car. You hear some engine noise, you hear some road noise. I am actually shocked on the speed of this, like the acceleration. It feels faster than it is. Again, the 120 horsepower engine isn't crazy fast at all, and it brings you 0 to 60 in 10 seconds, but it does it well. Like, I don't know why, but I can kind of hit it right here. You get kicked back in this vehicle. I'm actually blown away. Maybe because it's 2,800 pounds, it's a lighter vehicle, so it feels kind of like more aggressive on the accelerator pedal, but it's not bad. In today's day and age, the average new vehicle price is $46,000, and this is just under $20,000. Now, what do you really get in those crazy high-end cars? Luxury features. Now, I love luxury features as well. I do all these videos with car reviews. I love heated seats, cooled seats, all the cool tech features. But in the end of the day, a car gets you to point A and point B. And you want a car that does it safely and well and efficiently. And this does all that. Really good gas mileage, really fun driving experience, not gonna lie. A manual e-brake, which most cars, like 90% of cars nowadays, don't have a manual e-brake. It just does everything well. It's a car. Nissan went out to make a car and they did it. They didn't stumble and make BS, they made a car. But the real question is, what do you think about this vehicle? Do you like it or do you absolutely hate it? And do you think there is a spot in today's day and age for cheap $20,000 vehicles? And what the sad thing is Nissan is rumored to discontinue this vehicle. So as far as we know, this might be the final year, which would then bring the cheapest vehicle in America to probably the Chevy Trax, which is around $2,000 more than this vehicle, which would bring it above $20,000. What do you think? Do you want cheap vehicles? Do you not want cheap vehicles? Let me know. And please remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to keep updated with more content. And a huge thank you to Executive Jeep Nissan in North Haven, Connecticut for allowing me to use this vehicle for the day. Their information will be linked down in the description below.